Okay. That next chapter is electrostatics. Electrostatics. So electrostatics means the charges is at rest. So electrostatic means what? Electrostatic means, so electrostatic. Electro means what? It will be your charge. Charge means static means what? It is at rest. So this electrostatics can be defined as it is the branch of physics which deals with the charges is at rest itself. Okay, na? The charges is at rest. So if the charges is at motion, what we can call? So electrostatics means charges is at rest. So it is called your electrostatics. But if the charges is at motion, okay, if the charges is at motion means in motion there are two types. One is either constant velocity or else variable velocity. Okay, if the charges is at motion, if these two charges are under motion, in case of motion there are two types of motions. One is at constant velocity, means if two charges or else if charges are moving at a constant velocity, it is called your current electricity. It will be your current electricity. Okay. If charges is at variable velocity, then this is called your electromagnetism. Okay, it will be your electromagnetism. Okay, so first of all what I told, electrostatics means it is a branch of physics which deals with the study of charges is at rest. So charges is at rest. So if charges under motion is the sense there will be two types of motions. One is constant velocity. If the charges are moving with constant velocity, then it is called your current electricity. So second case is if the charges are moving with variable velocity, means the velocity is varies, then it is called electromagnetism. So in your second PUC electrostatics, there are two topics, means charges is at rest. There are two topics, means first and second topic. So in case of if charges are moving under constant velocity, it is called current electricity. It will be your chapter number 3. And if charges are moving under variable velocity, chapter number 4 and 5. 4, 5, 6, 7 like this. Okay. So this is about basic. Then come to the point of what is chapter is first chapter electric charges and field. Electric charges and field. Okay. So electric charges and field, it is of 9 hours, having 8 marks. Okay. Then what is electric charge? First of all, we want to know what is electric charge. What is electric charge? Electric charge is the intrinsic property of matter. Okay. So electric charge means it is the intrinsic property of matter. It will be intrinsic property. What is intrinsic property? Intrinsic property means which we cannot study further. study further. It means what? If mass is there, can we able to study in further? No, mass is itself, we can tell only quantity. Is there types of masses? No. Quantity is 5 kg, 10 kg, 15 kg, 20 kg, like this only we can tell. But further we can't study. So there are total two intrinsic properties are there. One is charge, second one is mass. So we cannot study about charge again and again because it is an intrinsic property. Types of charges we can study. Okay na? Types of charges we can study. Then next is types of charges. So there are two types of charges. One is a positive charge, second one is negative charge. So if both are of same kind. If positive is there, there must be what? Repulsion. If positive and negative is there, there must be attraction. If there are negative charges, there must be negative means what? There must be repulsion. So from this we can conclude that there are two types of charges. First one positive, second one negative. Okay, positive and negative charges. So by bare mind itself only we told that there are two types of charges. How to conclude? Okay na? How to conclude the charges? Existence of the charge is very important. Na? So next is existence of charge. Next is existence of charges. Existence of charge means I am doing two experiments here. First experiment, I am taking, it is your glass rod. Okay na? Here I am taking silk thread. Okay, it will be your silk thread. Again I am taking here ebonite rod. Okay na? Ebonite rod. Ebonite means what? It will be of plastic. It will be of plastic. Ebonite means plastic rod. Okay. When this glass rod is rubbed with this silk thread, it acquires the charges. Again, when this ebonite rod is rubbed with the silk thread, again that also acquires a charge. But after rubbing each other, then what happens when these two are bring near one another? Then what happens? There must be attraction is takes place. So when this glass rod is rubbed with silk thread, it gets positive charges, and when ebonite rod is rubbed with this silk thread, then what happens? It acquires negative charges. When these two rods are bring near to each other, means what happens? There must be attractive force because both are of opposite kind of charges. Then second one, I am taking glass rod. Here I am keeping silk thread. Here I am taking again a glass rod. Okay na? If there are two glass rods, just rub with each other. Glass rod is rubbed with the silk thread. It acquires positive charge. Okay na? So here glass rod positive charge. It is also gets positive charge. After rubbing each other, if these two charges are bring near to each other, then what happens? Positive charge. What I told, it must be repulsion. So from this we can conclude that both are having the same charges. Then in third experiment, what I am doing? It will be your ebonite rod. Again here is also your ebonite rod. I am keeping a silk thread here. Okay, I am keeping a silk thread over there. Then what happens? This ebonite rod is rubbed with silk thread. Ebonite means what? It will acquires negative charges. It is also ebonite means again it acquires negative charges. So when these two rods are bring together, then what happens? Bring near to each other. Again here repulsion will takes place. Repulsion will takes place. So from this we can conclude that the existence of charges. One more experiment we can do. Okay. What is that one more experiment? See here. Same thing. Second experiment. So I am taking, it will be your glass bulb. It will be your, again I am taking a glass bulb. Okay. In this case I am keeping silk thread. Okay. Again same experiment. This glass bulb is rubbed with silk. Again glass rod rubbed with silk. It acquires, this acquires positive charge. It is also acquires positive charge. Here repulsion will take place. Okay. In the second, same. I am taking ebonite rod. Ebonite bulb. So then what happens? Here it acquires negative charges. Okay. Here acquires negative charge means there must be a repulsion. So in third case, what happens? Let us consider one is glass bulb, second one is ebonite bulb. Then what happens? Glass bulb acquires it will be your glass bulb, it will be your ebonite. Then what happens? Glass bulb acquires positive charge. It will be your negative charge. Then here attraction takes place. Attraction will take place. So this is all about your existence of charges. Okay. One more experiment is there. Existence of charge by using Goldleaf electroscope. Then third experiment is very important. Goldleaf electroscope. Okay. What is Goldleaf electroscope? Existence of charges by Goldleaf electroscope. Goldleaf electroscope. Okay, what is Goldleaf electroscope? So first of all we have to understand what is Goldleaf electroscope. Goldleaf electroscope is a apparatus. From this we can measure the existence of charges. Okay. So next is electroscope is a device used to measure the electric charges. Device means electroscope is a device used to measure the electric charges or else existence of electric charges. Okay. Experimental setup of this is experimental setup. So it will be your disc. Okay. So it will be your metal rod. is your metal rod, it is your glass jar, it is your glass jar, it is your disc. L and L are gold leaves, gold leaves. Then F and F is sensitivity. Okay. So construction. The Goldleaf electroscope consists of a glass jar. Inside the glass jar we are keeping a metal rod. To the end of metal rod we are attaching gold leaves, and F is the sensitive material to improve the sensitivity of the apparatus. Okay. At the towards the disc, if I brought a positive charges, then what happens? These positive charges are enter into the disc, again goes to the metal rod, goes to the metal rod. After the end of metal rod, these are entered into the gold leaves. So when the same kind of charges are enter into the gold leaves, then what happens? These two are repel each other. Okay. Then these two gold leaves are repel each other. From this, so we can conclude that they entered a same kind of charges. Okay. This is about Goldleaf electroscope. Nothing is there in the Goldleaf electroscope. Okay. So just take a glass jar, metal rod, gold leaves, sensitivity. So explain all these terms. That's all. How to explain? Let us consider a positive charged metal rod bring to the disc. These positive charges are enter into the disc. After that goes to the metal rod. A metal rod goes to the metal rod. After the end of metal rod, these charges are enter into the gold leaves. Enter into the gold leaves. Then what happens? These two gold leaves are repel each other. If these two gold leaves are repel each other, it means here same kind of charges had been entered. Okay. This is about Goldleaf electroscope. Then what is electrification? Next is what is electrification? Next is electrification. What is electrification? Electrification means it is the charging of body is called electrification. Okay. So electrification means what? It is charging of body is called electrification. What is charging of body? It is the first definition. Second one is it is the process of making a body charge by gaining or losing the electrons. Okay. Second one is if I want to make the charge of a body, then what should I do? I want to give the electrons, or else I want to remove the electrons. Okay. Na? Gaining or losing of electrons from the body is also called your electrification. Then what is charging of body? See, I am giving an example. If here there are two bodies, both are having of 10 positive and 10 negative charges. It is also having 10 positive charge and 10 negative charges. Okay. These two are having same charges over there. Okay. Then what is electrification? Electrification means when these two bodies are rub each other. When these two bodies are rub each other, then what happens? Transfer of electron takes place. Okay. Transfer of electron takes place. See, if sum of charges means 5 electrons are entered over here. If 5 electrons are entered over here means total 15 electrons are there. Here 10 positives and 5 electrons are there. In this body, which is the dominant charge? Negative charge. Negative charge means it is negatively charged body. Charging of body, it is your negatively charged body. Then dominant factor of here, dominant charge is plus. Plus is the sense it will be your positively charged body. Is the charging of bodies takes place. So charging of body is called your electrification, and gaining or losing the electron from the body is also called your electrification. See here, very important thing. What is that? Let us consider these two bodies are there. Okay. So when I am going to rub these two bodies, transfer of electron takes place. Okay. So from this we can conclude that which one is losing the electron. Okay. Which body? This body is losing the electron. Then what happens? This body gets positively charged, because losing the electron means what? Electrons are moving from this body, means it gets positive charge. Okay. When the body is accepting the electrons means that body must takes what? Negatively charged body. Okay. This is about electrification. Nothing is there in electrification. Which body is accepting the electron, it goes negatively charged body. Which body is losing the electron, this body becomes positively charged body. Okay. Next is law of conservation of charge. Next is law of conservation of charge. What is law of conservation of charge? Okay. What is law of conservation of charge? As I told, nothing in the law of conservation of charge. Law of conservation of charge means what? Charges can neither be created nor be destroyed, but these charges can be transferred from one body to another body is called your law of conservation of charge. Okay. In the next video, we will discuss what is the properties of charges. Okay. Thank you. In the next class, we will discuss properties of electric charges.